age and everybody to.
Yeah.
Good morning, and welcome. This is Isolation Inspiration, and many of you will know that we have this show in order to showcase local stuff, really, local businesses, local people, things that are going on. And today, we're privileged to have with us someone from the amazing Norbury Knitting Together, Brenda English. Brenda, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning to you, and thank you so much for coming on the show. It's really interesting because a lot of us will have walked around in Norbury and will have seen all the various things with your guerrilla knitting and your bombing at various occasions. And it's great fun to see. I think we all really enjoy it. Can you tell us a little bit about what Norbury Knitting Together is?
Well, basically, it's a group of people who joined together back in 2016. We won a grant from the Conservation Volunteers Health Trust. So it's to keep us all healthy, to keep us all happy, and to enjoy the environment we live in. Yeah.
Well, certainly, you make a lot of us smile. I know that every time I go past a tree and I see one of your scarves or one of your little emblems on it, it makes me smile. I'm sure other people feel the same way too, Brenda. You know, it's one of those things you see and you think, that's the Norbury Knitting Guerillas. Really love that. And you do it for occasions as well, don't you, Brenda? Various occasions I see things popping up.
Yeah. Well, we started, first of all, our first trial run was the Brighton Road Car Rally. And we didn't have a lot, but we put things up. And I think the car rally actually looked for it. So we're going to try and put a bit more up this year, but not as much as normal.
Oh,
so
bless.
We'll carry
the actual drivers were looking for your knitting as they were driving by. How lovely is
they
that?
do.
So we'll have to have something bigger crochet this year, won't we?
We'll have what?
Something larger next time so they can see it as they drive by without crashing.
Well, this year it's going to be minimal because we're all on isolation. You know, we're not very good at climbing trees these days. But and then our big thing was and what we got the grant for was the Queen's birthday. And I think people who lived in Norbury can remember the red, white and blue and all the flags and everything. And the flags are still in use. People take them out for different events. So I think that's nice because what we try and do is we reuse or we get other people to use what we've done. So that's that. And the bollards all made little hats and went to refugees. So
amazing.
And that's what we do as well. Some of the things, the scarves, will be made into bedspreads and they go to Knitting for Peace and all sorts of people. So
that's lovely.
We do that. Yeah.
How are you funded, Brenda?
Well, we aren't. We started off with our grant and we're probably the best people to give a grant to. We've managed to, from 2016, to actually survive and make a bit. People contribute, and Love Norbury contributes a little bit, but most of it has come from developing things from the grant. So we've actually made it last a long time. It's now running out, but we do little events and try and sell a few things, and that keeps us going. Well, and people give wool. You know, people say, oh, crikey, I've got all this wool. I don't know what to do with it. If anybody's got any green wool, we're knitting for Christmas. We need green wool.
Okay, great. And how can people join and how much does it cost? How do they help you?
It's totally free. It's all it is your time. And as I said, people give us wool. That helps. But basically, we started off in the library and hopefully we'll continue when the new library opens. But we basically meet on a Friday or a Saturday using the library or other halls. But at the moment, we can't meet very well, can we?
Of course, that's very frustrating, isn't it? And I just wonder, another thing that occurs to me, Brenda, is you mentioned that you'd like to put things up, but you're not very good at climbing trees. Perhaps we could get some other people involved, maybe some people that clean windows or something that might be able to help you with that?
Well, I think that's it. I mean, on most occasions when we've done it, we've been doing it with a Love Norbury thing. So we've managed to get some volunteers there. But it's when we're doing our guerrilla bits that it's more difficult.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need help like that, let me know, because obviously we have a lot of contractors, people like roofers, builders, window cleaners, you know, and they're normally around. So if ever you need a tree climbed or anything like that, let us know, because it'll always be lovely to help, because it's always really, I always makes me smile. I'm sure a lot of our viewers as well will appreciate that. You know, when you walk around, you see something like this, you think this is community based. This is what local community is all about.
And I think it's about having fun. That's what
Definitely.
we think anyway. So
It
we
is.
like to do that. Yeah.
Definitely. So your next project is going to be Christmas, is that right?
Well, we're going to do a bit because of Halloween, and we're going to try and decorate near the station. So we're creating pumpkins at the moment and all sorts of things. But another thing that other communities are doing is people are putting pumpkins in their windows and hiding them around. And then the kids are going around and seeing how many pumpkins they can see. So that's an idea that everybody could join in with. They could all start, you know, putting a pumpkin up, and then the kids can count how many pumpkins they can see.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's one
a nice
thing.
idea.
We'll do the car rally, and obviously we always do the cenotaph for our little one here. And this year we're not going to do a lot, but we'll do something. Something will appear in November there. And then the Christmas tree. Yeah. So, and then the Christmas, there's going to be, we hope, a frozen Christmas event by Love Norbury, and we're going to try and do a tree, and then we'll put it up somewhere.
Yeah, because I think it was Paul from Love Norbury's idea to have the Norbury Knitting Guerillas.
Yes, I mean, we are part of Love Norbury. We're a little division. The division that keeps going. So, and it does. Our members come from all 4 residents association and a little bit further afield, I think, because anybody can join, as long as, you know, they need to look at the notice board in the Love Norbury notice board, or the Pollard's Hill one in Galpins Road, and we put up what's happening there, and we also put telephone numbers and emails to contact us.
Yeah, and I believe that's on Stamford Road, isn't it, Brenda? The one in Norbury?
No, it's Galpin Road, Stamford Road, near the bank.
Stamford Road, near Lloyd's Bank, So if you're looking out for that, do look out by Lloyd's Bank on Stamford Road on the corner there. You'll see the notice board, and you can see what's going on with Love Norbury and Knitting Norbury together.
And they can see some of the things we do. We've had lots of people like the shoes on the notice board. So we'll be doing a few of those for the Christmas fest, or the you know, so we'll be doing that. I mean, basically, we've also tried, when we were in the library, and we had quite a lot of young people, we did do teaching young people to knit. We did do that in the library, and hopefully when COVID's over, we'll be able to do that. And we've gone into schools as well. So we are quite keen to get people to have a skill. And we've had a few inquiries lately. So
well, I hope this brings you more. I appreciate that there is a problem with social distancing and everything else at the moment, and that's tough. But actually, this is something that people can occupy themselves with in a solitary fashion, isn't it? Which is
I think one of the nice things. What people do, sorry to talk over you, what people do is they come, we have a chat, we get your project. At the moment, people are knitting 4-inch green squares, and then you can do that at home, and then you know that you've done something to contribute towards the next thing. So I think that's what's quite good about it. You can sit at home and crochet a poppy or knit a poppy, and it doesn't take you long, and you can watch telly. So you can do it all together.
And I think that's one of the nicest things for me about Norbury. And one of the things that I remember Father Eunice saying to me many years ago, he's worked all over London and in some of the classiest places like Chelsea and the like. but he's never known anywhere with quite such a really solid community-based feel to it as Norbury. And I think this kind of thing is exactly what galvanizes a community together. I think it's fantastic.
I think it's really funny that when we first started it, we went to something, funnily enough, at St. Philip's Church. And I think it was a quiz night. And it was so funny because there was a secret gorilla knitter at every table and nobody knew they were there. So, we've got a fantastic network.
Yeah. I presume they knitted their own balaclavas then and they were there anonymously.
Well, we did think about using them, but we thought we might get arrested. And seeing as London Transport took all our stuff off the London Road, we were very near.
One of the great things I love about you, Brenda, is you do a lot more for the community as well over the years. I know you've been heavily involved in the Residents Association with planning and everything else. And I think it's great that you're still so proactive and involved, and more people like you make for a better area.
Ah, dear. No. So there we are, Ken. Anything else you need to know? Okay.
No,
thanks very much.
Just one last thing, Brenda English. You and the Norbury Knitters are an inspiration. Well done. Thanks for coming on board.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
Our next Isolation Inspiration will be on Friday with Dr. Georgia Ladbury-Gallivanter, and it will be all about COVID. So listen up for that one. That's coming up on Friday morning. There'll be a teaser out, and that'll be really interesting, talking about the epidemic. She predicted the second wave before the first wave. It'll be really interesting to see what she's got to say on Friday. Thanks very much, Brenda. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.